Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Ja.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Ja.
Mechanical engineer. He was 16, he didn't really know what to do. He just chose something that could be funny. Seriously, he made up a plan in his head and planned to go into the army after. Why it doesn't really matter, because he was actually doing what his uncle did before. The same school, the same studies. His uncle died in an accident then and never made it to 18, so what to do past that age? Trying to be rude and tough, to hide who you are, or the fact that you are completely lost. At the end, this tough guy was really a small illusion and he didn't even believe in that himself. At the end, he was a nice guy. Sentence that he heard way too many times to really understand it anymore. His old friends were not so much present at that time. The distance was created by the difference or the stupidity of teenager, and he was probably way too shy to impose himself in the group too anymore, or too proud of being different in some kind and step part in the new character he created. Of course, mechanic bring him some pleasure. The activity had something that could relax him as nothing else. And the proudness of his dirty uniform was always helping his image. He was proud, but mostly tried to be as unique as the rest around him. He had a feeling of difference which was good enough to make him feel special, but a bit too strong to really connect with what he was doing. There was a sailor that had been to the sea only 3 times in his life. He went twice up north, and one came to the south. During that time, he'd never been wearing the same uniform. He's way too romantic about anything he sees in life. It's a way to choose clothes with a strong meaning, perception of love, or traveling. More than a sailor, he's a child. As he sees the world through the eyes of a child, anything has a meaning for him. Mighty creative, it has a meaning. If he had been an only child, it must have been some kind of genius preparation. Somehow, the loneliness is justified by what he became. Anything has sense. But it never been so bad for him actually. The way he looked back at his childhood is really strong, but as lonely as it might have been, there's only great memories coming at him. He's actually melancholic, artistic, romantic, and all of his vision have created the way that he sees the world. In his world, he has been a sailor on the Islamic Sea, but he's simply the storyteller of his own life. He was sitting on a bench looking at fire. He was inside a museum that used to be a church. He was part of an art piece about which he didn't know shit. He was a naked model for 2 months, and it may have changed something. He had been a naked model without even thinking about it. He wasn't afraid about it. The need of money, the thrill of something new, the occasion to be again the center of all attention. He is a reality that you need. He's defining what you are looking at. He have been, is, and might be a naked model, even if it's not always necessarily makes sense. He had been naked once before on the beach in the month of October with all of friends, and it was only him and a friend. and nobody else. He always loved to dance. Somehow, from the beginning, he was scared of it. Being in front of everyone, moving his body there. To dance, it didn't matter too much, as long as he could do it alone. His mother always joked about his dad being a bad dancer, and she expected the same from him. He was nobody dancer, but he danced as honestly as he could, simply because this was not made to impress anyone at first. He felt free and invisible of any judgment at that time.
He didn't impress anyone.
He is a dancer because he pleased himself to be one. Actually, from the beginning, he could not become a professional dancer. His legs were from birth weirdly shaped, his ligament way too fragile for it. But dancing offered him the illusion of normality and a way to be free at any time he wanted and wished from his body and his family. He hasn't always been French. Born as a French child in France, he didn't really change nationality. This part of him was simply hidden until recently. He never completely lied about it, but when he was looking around to find out who he was, he never thought about looking where he came from. He is actually more French than he thinks. Simply because he thought for a while he could create his own image. As Napoleon was self-sacred, he was self-created. Now, he chooses to accept where he comes from in the hope to find in it all the answer he needs for his question. He might not be French, but he hoped this could simplify things. At the end, he spent more time dreaming in French than living his life.